Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Kaisar Hayat. I am lecturer in English, Department of English, Kohat University of Science and Technology. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. We are studying study skill and today is the second lecture of our course with the topic how to manage stress of the examination. In study skills, we learn how to manage time, how to build our habits, habit formation for the sake of studies, etc. Now, today we are going to learn how would we manage our stress in the days of examinations, especially in the last week, that how would we manage the level of our worries, the level of our anxieties, and the stress. So let's go to discussion agenda. We shall learn the stress management system, what is it, how it works, stress and the university students, dealing with stress or how to deal the stress buster challenges of the examination, what to do right before your exam, and if you must cram, then what to do, some resources that you have to utilize, etc. Dear student, let's start with the definitions with the question that what is stress management? Student, stress is the body reaction to any change that require an adjustment or response. Our body is made of different elements. Being humans, we are alive and we have emotions, we have feelings. To different situations, to different circumstances, we react differently. Sometimes we overreact. Sometimes our spirits got a higher status. So these all elements must be in balanced mode, that must be in an appropriate level. To make all these reactions in an appropriate level, in an acceptable level, is called stress management. Stress is the imbalance of these elements, our spirits, our emotions, our feelings, and adjustment or keeping it in the circle is actually called the management of stress. Now, another part of the definition, the body reacts to these changes with physical, mental, and emotional response. Dear student, as I said that we have different type of situations in which we react differently. Our physical, mental, and emotional responses react and need adjustment. Stress is a normal part of life. You can experience stress from your environment, your body, and your thoughts. Stress is a normal part of life. But if the stress is normal, if that is in a normal range, then it is normal. But crossing the red line can create different problem for the person under stress. So stress is a normal part of life, but sometimes you experience stress from your environment. If the environment is tough, if there are a lot of situations and problems, your feelings, if you are emotionally hurt, if you are emotionally blocked, if you are spiritually humiliated, then definitely the problems are there. So the stress can automatically be generated and originated. And once the stress is there, definitely our body reacts. And when the stress is permanently there, definitely we feel ourselves permanently under stress. Stress management. Positive life change such as promotions and the birth of a child produce stress. This is very strange. You would definitely feel that, sir, if that is a positive, if that is a good news, then why should we come under stress? student, make sure that a new message, a new information, or a sudden information, whether about your promotion, your any good news for you, that would always disturb the elements of your bodies. Emotionally, you would be a bit higher now. Even that is a pleasant situation that can be easily managed. But emotionally, you can see that a lot of people, when they are like in a situation, when they just get suddenly, instantly a good message, they just wept. They weep. Why? Because emotion just suddenly react and they are unable to control, and definitely the tears in eyes are witnessed. Student, after the definition of stress management, what stress management is, how stress management occur, and why it needed to bring it in control, let's go further. The further area is the stress and the university student. There are many people who would say that no, I have nothing to be worried, but actually they are under stress. Especially the students, definitely there are some assignments, there are some studies, there are some grades issues. So maybe a student of university can be confronted with the stress management, with the issues of stress, so that should be managed. Actually, the fuel the body uses to meet the challenges of our fast-paced modern life, for other, it is the aversive byproduct of such a life. Too much stress can interfere with the preparations, concentrations, and performances. Those who are waiting for good grades and they are very curious about their success, they always remain even unhappy that what would happen. So this fear, this worries create stress. Let me clearly inform you that stress in a normal level is okay. For example, if the graph of us, if there is 100 grade marks and the stress is up to 30%, maybe it's good, because you would be like worried about your studies, you would study again and again. But if that level is crossed, your work is affected. Don't promote your stress. Okay, please give time to yourself, give time to your thinking, give time to your thoughts, and give time to whatever the things you do, what you want to do. Because too much stress can interfere with preparations, especially the preparation of the examinations. You would have seen a lot of students in the last days that exam, every time, whatever they are eating, whatever they are doing, whatever they are reading, every time they would say exam, under exams, we are under exam, but don't be under stress. If you are normal, if you are happy in preparations, your mental abilities would be good. That would be better. But if you are under stress, you are in hurry, definitely the preparation would be disturbed. Now, stress can lead to avoidance, poor performance, or too high or low expectation for oneself, student. This is a very important point. Please keep in mind that stress can lead to avoidance, that can lead to poor performance, or too high or low expectation. If your blood pressure is high and you have to cover a lot of chapter in the night, you are sitting, definitely you would feel dizziness, you would feel problem with the book, and there won't be enough time for you to prepare yourself. So your stress must be managed. In today's lecture, we would find out some ways, some methodologies how to manage the stress for some extent. Now, next is that dealing with stress. Student, everybody is not in stress. Please don't doubt that you are in stress. But if you are really in stress and you always remain worried and there is no point where you feel happiness, even there is a good news, you are not affected and influenced with that, then maybe you are under stress. But don't worry, that is manageable. You can deal with your stress and your stress can go. If you change your attitude, if you change your habits, there won't be any stress. Because for the young lords, definitely, there are many ways. There are many challenges in which they would be quite happy to deal. So stress can be managed. Underlying issue tend to surface and are exacerbated during time of stress. When you are in stress, your body react, your internal, even your stomach react. Everything is definitely in panic when you are in panic. So you have to come out of the panic situations. You know what your physical and emotional limits are. You must know that in which situation you got angry. Do you abruptly change your behavior? If you are somewhere and you are like confronted with someone, you just hesitate. Are you not happy with the peoples? Do you need loneliness? You must know yourself. You must know that whether individual study is best for you or you would be good in a group studies. You have to manage you because these abilities are actually the signs, the signals that you permanently receive. Now, you have to identify causes of the stress. This is very important. You must know that when and where I got under stress, I go under stress. When you recognize the area, it would be quite easy for you to manage them. For example, if you jumble up your work, you just together your work for the weekend. So on the weekend, people would enjoy, they would go out, but you would be under stress because there would be a lot of work that is gathered by you. So do your work in time. Attend each and every class. Make your notes for the later on preparations. And when you are free, then you have to give time to yourself. What book you like the best? Please find some time to read it. What play on television screens you like? Please give time to it. What type of play, what type of game you like? Please, in the evening, do play that. These are the measures that would help you to relieve the stress. If you want to talk with a best friend but you don't find time, you must find time because talking with the friend would release your stress. Like your class fellows, you can discuss the issues of class that would release and that would help you to release your stress. Everything you think brings stress, avoid it. Seek out support. There are many people in our circles to whom, when we talk, we feel satisfaction, like our parents, like our uncles, even like our teachers. So if you are feeling good with a teacher, do talk to him or her. Because teacher is a person who would give you satisfaction, who would give you a lot of knowledge. Do take support. If you are under stress, you must take suggestion from any seniors. For any person who do you believe that he or she is a very good person in this regard and he or she can understand your problem, do discuss with him or her. This way you would be good in managing your stress. Another thing is utilize technique for reducing stress. Remember these vary student to student. Student, there is an issue that stress of everybody is not same. Some students come under stress early and easily. Some students never come understand in a fraction of minutes. So student to student, the stress and level of stress varies. So there is no ready-made solution, ready-made remedy to tell everybody. Everybody have different level and different attitude, different methodologies. So the summary is, I can summarize this, that if you are feeling that there is some problem with you and sometime you come under stress, then try to know the reasons first and List down the reasons if there are more than two. Then try to find out the solutions of the reason of stress. You must try to avoid the issues that can bring stress. When you find remedies to the issues, to the problems, definitely there won't be any reason left and there won't be any stress. But please don't come again near to these problems. Try to manage. For example, if your problem is that you can't work in mid of the peoples, this is cause of your stress. So decide that you would work in a lonely place. You would work in a corner in your house. If you feel that the noise of the kids playing near you interrupt your concentrations, then request your parents to send the kids outside for play. Please don't fight with yourself. Find out the reason and just remove the reason from the roots. You would be quite okay then. Another area is stress buster. Student, there are some remedies. There are some busters. Get enough sleep each night. Sleep is, yes. Our organs are always active, so they need rest. Give complete rest to your internal organs. Your mental abilities would be good if you are taking complete rest. Most of the students, we observe that they remain awakened in the night in some activities like televisions, like movies, watching, etc. So their sleeping hours are incomplete. So they feel burden in the class as well as in the homework. So give enough time, but don't oversleep, please. There are many people who oversleep, and this is the cause of their stress that they oversleep. Be a balanced sleep. 6 to 8 hours is sufficient for a young man to sleep. If you sleep less, definitely one way or another it would give you a problem. Eat healthy. There are a lot of food available in the market that can't be called healthy foods. That's sometimes called junk foods. So please avoid. Have a healthy and balanced diet in which vegetables, proteins, everything is included. Sometimes eat fish, sometimes eat green leaves, foods, fruits, etc. Even you can eat sometimes nuts. Your body needs all the vitamins that are necessary for your promotions, that are necessary for your development, body development, mental development. Be active. Be active mentally as well as physically. Keep yourselves active. Manage some time for exercise, for the healthy exercise, and please don't over exercise. That can create a problem for you. On daily basis, if you are a good practitioner, if you are doing good exercise on daily basis, then yes, you can. But just abruptly, don't start heavy exercise. Learn to say no. Don't overcommit yourself. This is very important factors that those who never know how to say no remain always in troubles because people's demands all the times. So this is not quite easy to say always yes and to commit. So in a soft, good language, know how to say no. Otherwise, you would feel burdened. Avoid use of alcohol and drugs. This is very bad. Smoking, that's bad. Unhealthy food, some drinks, all are bad. That must be avoided. Get time for yourself. Give yourself a time and remain and think on yourself. That would increase your aesthetic capabilities and abilities. Spend 3 to 5 minutes not doing anything so that the cells of your brains and the other organs come into rest so that you can start another work. So give time to yourself. Study for only 1 hour at a time, then take a break. You can study more, but you can't digest more. Whatever you are studying, please digest it. Then take a rest and start it again. Make a list and write down everything you need to get done. This way your brain won't be in stress. And the stress would be released and there would be something written, and one by one you would do that. The result would be good. Student, what to do right before your exam? Like in Feb, there is your final terms. So what should you do? Get a good night rest, 6 to 8 hours preferably. Eat and drink something healthy. Don't overeat. And have your dress according to the weather, so that some diseases, like in these pandemic days, you must keep yourself safe by wearing this mask and other social distances. Observe social distances as well as other the remedies and the precautions that are told to you by the government. Because if, God forbid, may Allah save everybody, if someone is like infected, definitely that would be a long disease and your exam can be disturbed with it. May Allah save all. Deep breathing, which you feel yourself under stress, get aside and take long breaths. It would help you to come to normality. Meditation in the morning, that is the habit of many people, and that is very good to manage the stress in the days of examinations. Talk to a friend. Yes, don't sit alone on the whole days. Please talk to someone. You feel satisfaction with him or her. Because this way your knowledge and the level of your knowledge would also be shared, and you would be again energetic to read. Light exercises are advised, but don't over-exercise. Yes, this is very necessary that you must find some time to sit, relax. Because relaxation would give a new life to your organ. There would be a lot of energy saved for you. So there are some other areas, like if you must cram, like if you fish, then what would you do? You have to, and you do not should yourself. Focus on the here and now. Please don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate and don't hesitate to do something now, and don't put it together tomorrow. Be selective. Yes, prioritize your work. Select whatever is necessary to be done at the first and what is necessary to be done later. Skim. You can skim. You know what is skimming in the reading? So skimming is to take oral idea. Take your oral idea in the first, and later on you can generalize. Light exercise is recommended. Healthy snacks. You must keep some healthy snacks with you in the time of studies, so that if you feel any type of, if you feel less energy, you can take the snake. Yes, inside, in between the work, if you take breaks, you can have a light music if your mood approve it. Then power naps are also good. Proper lighting. This is very necessary to have proper lighting, otherwise you would get problem with your studies. Brain break. Yes, give break to your brain. Give break to your thinking. Student, resources. If you have these resources, do utilize counseling and wellness center if there are some availability there. Counseling means to get suggestion from an expert or to talk with an expert regarding your mental issues as well as your stress. Managing stress during final weeks is necessary when you are very underburdened. So you must take counseling. You must go to some experts where they can provide help to you to manage your stress. And how to reduce stress during final week. Yes, final week is always overburdened. Every student is overburdened in these days. But if you know how to manage your stress, the method, the way I have told you, you would feel a bit good this time, because you must know that if you are under stress, what to do. Student, limit stress during final weeks. Please don't go over stress. Your stress won't give you any marks. Even you would talk abnormal, even you would talk louder, your blood pressure would go up, and so on. Please be normal, smooth, cool, calm. Because if you are already prepared, if you have already learned a lot, no way to get less marks. You would get good marks, inshallah. I ensure that if you done the whole year good work, the result would be good, because Allah Almighty gave reward to those who are hard workers. Student, thank you very much for being with me in this class. I hope you have got a lot about stress management now. Thank you very much.